So hello and welcome to the video. Back in the air this week, well, not literally, but in spirit at least, and I want to talk about one of the best perks that is available to UK residents who spend a chunk of money each year on their credit cards. And that's the BA Companion Voucher that is available through American Express, colloquially known as the Twofer. Now this is quite a well-known product that's been around for some time, but there were a couple of quite significant changes that came into force on the 1st of September. So it's a good time to talk in detail about this product. And as luck would have it, I've just earned one, so I have the opportunity to take a look and see if the new features of the Twofer are as good as they sound on paper. So if that sounds good, stick around. Hi, I'm Matt. Over the last 25 years, I've travelled a lot. I've lived in 5 countries on 4 continents. I've flown over 1.3 million miles. I've visited over 100 countries, every American state, but I'm nowhere near done. So subscribe, and perhaps you'll pick up some hacks, hints and tips to make your next trip better. A quick disclaimer first. Credit cards are regulated products, and I am not qualified to give advice on them or on any other financial product. I'm just a bloke who makes YouTube videos. None of what follows is advice, and none of it is a recommendation. You should do your own research and get your own advice before taking out any financial product. Right, disclaimer done. So the Twofer allows you to get 2 Avios seats for the price of 1 on British Airways. So how do you get your hands on a Twofer? Well, first of all, you need the right credit card from Amex. This is a UK card, so with apologies for my overseas viewers, this will only be available to UK residents. In the USA, Chase works with British Airways and offers a product with a similar Twofer, but I haven't looked at that product in detail and won't be talking about it here. There are 2 cards to talk about here. The British Airways American Express card, which is blue, and the British Airways Premium Plus card, which is black. There are 4 major differences. The first is that the blue card has no annual fee. The black card costs £250 a year. That's certainly an issue, but you'll see there's very good reasons for taking the card despite the fee. The second difference is that the blue card requires £12,000 to be spent before the voucher is issued. The black card only requires £10,000 to be spent. Thirdly, the blue voucher will last for 12 months, the black voucher lasts for 24 months. And finally, although both cards generate a Twofer, from the 1st of September this year, the blue card's Twofer could only be used in economy class redemptions. The black card can be used on any class of travel, including first. And to give you a spoiler on my own video, the black card is the one that you're going to want to go for, even with that fee. It's an American Express card, so you'll have to meet American Express's qualifying criteria to be issued with one. I'll not talk about those qualifying requirements, mainly because I have no idea what they are. So you've got your card, but before you start to plan how you use your Twofer, you probably want to think about the welcome bonus. And before you do that, you probably want to consider giving this video a like. It would really help me out if you could do so. Leave me a comment as well. I would love to hear from you. And if you're new, please consider subscribing to this video. There's no charge, and all it does is make it easier for YouTube to notify you when I have a new video. American Express cards usually come with decent welcome bonuses, and until November the 3rd, those bonuses have been boosted. With the Premier Plus card, which is the black one, you'll earn a 40,000 Avios bonus if you spend £3,000 within 3 months of acceptance. That's up from the usual 25,000 Avios and is enough on its own for a return flight in economy to Tokyo. But wait, there's more! If you are referred to Amex by a friend, that bonus increases to 42,000 Avios and your friend earns a handful too. I would consider us to be friends, so if you ping me an email to this address, I will reply with a referral link. I'll put that email in the description to this video as well. The basic blue card will give you a 10,000 Avios bonus if he spends just £1,000 in your first 3 months of membership. That's enough to get you economy class to Tel Aviv, although you'd have to hitchhike back again. That is boosted to 12,000 Avios if you are referred by a friend. Nowhere near as generous as the black card, but it's actually pretty good for a card with no annual fee. When talking about this subject, we are constantly teetering on the brink of a deep pit of small print, which I am going to avoid falling into, although there is one point I do need to make here. Amex only offers welcome bonuses if you've not held a personal Amex in the previous 24 months. That means you can't continually cancel and reapply for cards to crank out the bonuses. It's actually a bit more complicated than that, and there are some exemptions within the Amex family, but just keep that point in mind. But if you have an other/better half, you can both apply, and you can both then get the welcome bonuses and also the Twofers. And finally, even if you don't qualify for the welcome bonus, this card might actually be worth it for the Twofer on its own. So you have the card and you start spending. The benefits kick in well before you reach the threshold for the Twofer. The black card will earn you 1.5 Avios per pound, which is double to 3 Avios per pound for spending with BA. The blue card earns you a flat 1 Avio per pound anywhere. I say anywhere, but this is probably not a great card to use overseas, as there is a 3% foreign exchange fee. So if you get a black card and 50% of your first £10,000 is spent with BA on flights or holidays, then you will have 62,500 Avios before you even achieve the Twofer. That's 42,000 Avios as a welcome bonus, including the referral, don't forget, plus 7,500 Avios for the non-BA spend and 15,000 Avios for the BA spend. So when you reach the £10,000 spending threshold, the voucher will pop out and it will appear in your British Airways Executive Club account a couple of days later. It entitles you to get 2 seats for the price of 1 when you make an Avios booking. You can easily add the voucher to a search and it will adjust the price quoted to reflect that voucher. There's a couple of asterisks here, the largest of which is that you will still need to pay the taxes and fees. This is why you probably wouldn't want to use a voucher for an economy redemption, and in turn is the reason why you probably don't want the blue version of this card. One of my biggest bugbears with BA is that they insist on hiding a chunk of their revenues amongst the taxes and fees. When redeeming a voucher on an economy seat, the actual cost of the seat might be a relatively trivial part of the total price paid, meaning the voucher is delivering you very little value. So let's look at an example here. London Heathrow to Singapore, 2 people in economy next March. And with the voucher, you're quoted 45,500 Avios for the first seat, plus £362.54 for the taxes. Then 0 Avios for the second seat, but you still have to pay another £362 in taxes and fees for that second seat. If you bought the seat for cash, the fare would only be £458 each. So you're saving just £191 in cash by applying the voucher. But as the black version costs you £250 a year in the annual fee, on the face of it, you're actually losing money. It's a little more complicated than that because the Avios that you earn and spend do have a value. But even taking that into account, this is still a fairly bad deal. It might make sense with the blue card with no annual fee, but I would only do that if you don't qualify to get the black card. BA is aware of the penal effect of the taxes and fees, so a couple of years ago introduced a concept called Reward Flight Savers, which reduces the taxes payable on shorter redemptions. So if we look at Heathrow to Seville, economy again for 2 people next March, with a voucher applied, that will cost 14,500 Avios plus £35 for the first seat, and 0 Avios plus another £35 for the second seat. If you bought those seats for cash, they'd cost you £296. So you're saving £226 by using the voucher. Complicated again by the Avios, but on the face of it a better deal than the Singapore example, but you're still not recovering the £250 you paid for the annual fee. So the value is to be had in business and first class redemptions, and that's where the 1st of September changes get quite interesting. On that date, the fee for the black card increased from £195 to £250. But the seat pool you have access to increased, and it increased significantly. Previously, you could only choose to book into seats that BA had made available for redemptions. Since May, all BA flights are created with at least 4 business class seats, but these are often snapped up very, very quickly. But from the 1st of September, you can also use your Twofer to secure revenue seats that are available with an I fare code in business class. If that all sounds like mumbo jumbo, the bottom line is that from the 1st of September, for a £55 increased fee, you've been able to choose from a far wider selection of seats, including, for the first time, revenue seats. Another small change is that you can now redeem your voucher for itineraries starting outside of the United Kingdom. That will be hugely significant for some people. I say you should have access to a greater range of seats. Experiments are underway to prove this, and early indications are that not every I-class seat is being made available. You need an old style Twofer and a new style Twofer in your accounts to do these experiments, and I don't actually have both, but I am keeping a close eye on headfor points where these experiments are ongoing. But it does seem that inventory is increased even if not every I-coded seat is available for a redemption. So let's go back to those Singapore flights. Outbound and return flights were available in business class, and straight off the bat that is unusual on this premium route. I take that as a very good sign that availability has significantly improved. So with a voucher that cost 175,000 Avios plus £600 for the first seat, and 0 Avios plus another £600 for the second seat. Taxes and fees are higher in premium cabins. But buying those seats would cost you £3,578.54, meaning you are saving £2,400 versus the cash fare. Again, the complication is a little bit more complicated because of the Avios, but you can see that there is real value in using that voucher. The maths become even better with first class redemptions, but they are still pretty hard to find, and the 1st of September changes did nothing to increase F availability. The holy grail is first class to Sydney, and I had a quick look but couldn't find anything, but I did manage to find quite easily business class return redemptions to Sydney, which are usually very rare. You'd be saving over £9,000 against the cash fare, which you can see is remarkable. Obviously, availability is impacted by the you-know-what as well as by the 1st of September changes, but everything is looking very positive. Now, £10,000 is obviously a lot of money to spend on a credit card, and even that fare to Singapore would cost you £1,200, and you could get 2 people there in economy for a lot less than that. So the values I'm quoting only really exist if you would be prepared to pay that full cash fare, which I'm not sure many people actually are. But for a lot of people, travelling long haul in a BA premium cabin is a real treat, and this is one of the best ways to guarantee that you can do that at a very competitive price. You'll almost certainly be paying less than the people in the row behind you. One final point. The vouchers apply to pairs of seats, and you can stack them if there are 4 of you travelling, for example. There's nothing here though for the single traveller, and that can be quite annoying. The credit card will still earn you Avios at quite an aggressive rate, but it is expensive if you don't have a partner with which you can redeem that voucher. But a few months back, Barclays launched a programme in conjunction with British Airways which produces an upgrade voucher. This is much more valuable for the single traveller and is also still valuable for couples. It'll be another 6 to 8 months before anybody actually earns one of those vouchers, and I am personally enrolled as well, but it is something to keep an eye on now. I did talk about it briefly in this video, and it is a topic that I will return to in a dedicated video in the future. So there you go, the BA Twofer, how to get one and how it might be better than ever, even if it is a little bit more expensive to get hold of. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got something from it. Leave me a like if you did, and leave me a comment as well. I'd love to hear from you. And if you are thinking of applying, don't forget to email me first for that referral link. It's a win-win. Finally, please consider subscribing if you're new. Lots of content like this already on the channel, with a lot more planned. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you all again in the next one. Goodbye.